Today is election day and I am about to cast my vote for the President of the Republic of the Philippines. I will vote for Maria Leonor Leni Gerona Robredo. Ladies and gentlemen, Philippines, as one of the aspirant developing country in Southeast Asia, it has been governed with the brightest minds over the centuries. These leaders have their different ways of giving Philippines the taste of a good governance, so as they say, anonymously. However, even with how much these people try to take Philippines up a notch, there is still a piece of the puzzle that is missing. Philippine politics was once a room filled with different set of principles, ideology, and political agenda. And up until now, these principles, what we call ideology and political agenda, changes in accordance to who will sit on the presidential position. The problem with the Philippine politics is that it will never stick to one system of principles and or ideology. Take for example, every administration tends to highlight or favor one aspect of the country's complex system. Another one administration only focuses on the political system because of the problem of graft and corruption. And another administration gave its all attention to how will it resolve the country's debt. I am not saying here that this administration forgot the other important parts of the country's welfare. It is just that it has the tendencies to magnify a specific system. Take for example, the system of economy, politics, and or the international relation per se. With what has been happening over the centuries, Philippines have coped with this structure of governance and eventually strengthen specific aspect of what created the Philippines as a wholesome country. From creating exceptional laws and bills to making good connections with powerful countries. But in a more personal note, for me, Philippines is still lacking progress, especially in its economic system. Seeing this setback in the Philippine Plan of Development made me realize that my upcoming president will be Leni Robredo. Ladies and gentlemen, I am not particularly Leni's supporter during her running for vice president. But as she became the vice president of the Philippines, I thought she was always missing in action from the president's plan of action. Then it was clear to me that whenever and wherever the president forgets to leave a breadcrumb, she, Leni Robredo, fills those gaps. When everyone said that both the president and the vice president work separately, I kept this in mind, that they back each other up. When other weakens, the others strive to push. It's just that all eyes were into the president's that time because of his war on drugs propaganda. The Philippines is already a promising country because it can suffice its own demands and it has plentiful of resources to do so. Vice President Leni Robredo sees this and is willing to strike where the Philippines is stuck, and this is the economic growth. With her academic qualification and degree affiliations on economics and law, and her experience on the politics arena, I believe that with her as the President of the Philippines, the country will transcend to a more promising future. And that is why Leni is my next president. Mabuhay!